Good morning, Norman.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Norman, what can you offer us that other candidates cannot?
Well, there are quite a few things that I believe I can offer. One is my penchant to organization. I'm a very good organizer. I'm a really hard worker. But I'm sure you hear everybody say that. But the difference with me is that behind my hard work, there comes a lot of skill. I am uniquely qualified. My degrees are both interdisciplinary. So they span a wide section of academic interests and real-life interests. And so that's something that I believe that I can uniquely bring.
Good. And do you have any other additional strengths?
Oh yeah, of course. Well, I'm a very good administrator on top of being an organizer. I'm great with administering things, getting stuff done. For most of the jobs that I've worked with before, I have been a point man. If you needed something to get done within a short space of time and you wanted it to be done really well, then my former employers have approached me to get it done simply because they recognize that behind the dedication that I bring, there is an innate sense of accomplishment, an innate sense of actually doing good work.
Good. And how successful have you been so far?
I would say extremely successful. I have managed, one of my first jobs, I've managed a budget in excess of over $300,000. I have been hired onto a company in a new position as business manager of that company. And within that year, I did so well there that they decided to extend the position, whereas before, it was just for a one-year contract. And so that's something that I can be very proud of.
That sounds successful. What are your limitations, your biggest mistakes, and that's provided you have some?
My limitations. I would say that one limitation is sometimes I can get too caught up in what I'm doing. I can get too focused, and so it's when I get into the work mode and I get to that point where I'm so zeroed in, it makes it very difficult to pull myself out of that sometimes, and it's sort of like a transition period to get into something else. Now, my biggest mistake, I would say that one mistake that I've made in the past that I'm sure I've learned from and I'm sure I never should repeat is that I placed too much in my ability to get stuff done, and at one point I wasn't able to meet the deadline that was there. But as I said, that was a very long time ago.
But generally, you don't have trouble meeting deadlines?
Not at all. That was the only time that I didn't, and even then, I was short of the deadline.
So you learned from your mistake then?
Yes, I learned not to put too mistake in my ability to get stuff done, to be more humble about it, I guess.
Good.
And so therefore, I work harder now.
Good for you. And how long would it take you to make a meaningful contribution to our firm?
Immediately.
Well, that's an excellent answer. Finally, Norman, when would you be able to start?
Whenever. I just moved to Toronto,
okay.
And so I'm getting myself established, and as it stands right now, I'm on the employment market, searching for meaningful employment.
But you're available right away?
Right away.
Good. Norman, thank you very much for your time, and best of luck to you in your search.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.